since I did a live stream, and we're back. So tonight, as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff on the table. These two things right here were provided by Molder 13, which was kind enough to send these in. He said this was his dad's favorite beer, so he sent me one to try out. It's not very often that I try something fresh like that. So that'll be kind of a different change of pace, and let's call it a treat. This, I had actually never seen this bag style, this type. I guess they changed the look of this commercial, yet very similar to the Russian military meals. This is a 8-hour or single meal, or it may be a 12-hour. It's 1,440. But kind of interesting about this, which we'll get into that here in a second. But if you've seen the thumbnail, I'm thinking I didn't have this 2 hours ago, and I was like, that would go very appropriately with, as this is extremely fresh. Looking at the dates here, this was produced on, let's see, I guess it would have been March 1st, 2021. This is fresher than some stuff that I get at the grocery store sometimes, you know. I mean, what is it, like 5 months, a little over 5 months old? Or would it be 6? It'd be 6 months old. So 6 months old. That's extremely fresh when you're talking about especially a Russian ration. Because typically, if you order a Russian ration, it's going to take you usually at minimum about 45 days. And that's with pretty quick shipping. Typically, that's not ground or actually water. They come over on boats. That's having it flown here. But if you opt for the slow, or if it's not even an option, most likely it's going to be the slow shipping, and it'll take every bit of 3 months for your package to get here, whatever you order from Russia. So I've dealt with this numerous times over the years, ordering things from Russia, and typically I'm waiting forever. Now, there has been a few times where the seller actually had things in an Amazon warehouse, and it came, even though I bought through eBay, it came from an Amazon warehouse in an Amazon box or package, bubble envelope or something like that. So I don't know, it's kind of unpredictable how you're going to get it. I just try to communicate with them beforehand if you're going to pick something like that up. And like I said, this will be the freshest Russian food I've ever had. Typically, whenever I get, and I order them myself, by the time I get them, I mean, they're getting close to a year old, 10 months old, 9, 10 months old, a year old. So this being 6 months old, which is almost right at it, 6 months old. So that's really young in the way of food. Another thing about these particular, or I guess this particular manufacturer, is that these are non-GMO. They're supposed to be all organic. They have, I think they have kosher, either kosher or halal options, maybe both. I can't remember. But, I guess they're trying to hit a market that isn't typically hit with the Russian rations and the Russian food. So it'll be interesting to open it up and actually see what the products look like inside. I have a feeling that it's going to be 80% military. I would say the same exact items that you find in the box White Star, which are the Army Russian rations. Now, if you saw the post that I made earlier, I didn't have that, and I think I tried one thing of the Oldsmokey, which I should be trying the Oldsmokey stuff. I mean, seems how we have almost the same name. Well, it's not the same. It's almost, but people always think whenever I reference that we're somewhat connected somehow. But being from West Virginia, this is kind of a thing that is part of my state, I guess you could say. Moonshine's always kind of had a place in West Virginia. I should go down through here. If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up or down, you guys. I appreciate any feedback, and of course Google does too. Now, if you're looking for something for your relatives for the holidays, don't forget to go to AnnandAllen.com. This is Miss Marilyn and her brother with the gooey butter cakes. Where's that website? It's on somewhere right there. AnnandAllen.com. This is an older leaflet. I don't know if she's changed them or if they're still the same. But their history of the gooey butter cake, which is cool, to actually get a little bit of a history lesson. Been featured on Food Network, Travel Channel, The Today Show, Chicago Tribune. You know, it's got some provenance with it, right? Yeah, I will just tell you that it's well worth your time and your effort to check that out. And of course, you'll be supporting a community member at the same time and getting an awesome gift or food item for your upcoming holiday season, whether it be Thanksgiving or Christmas, whichever one. So, real quick, tomorrow there will be a Ration Museum live stream, and I'm going to post a link to that as soon as I find it right here. Hang on, just 1 second. Sean. There we go. Where is it? There we go. I'll put that in the chat in just 1 second. As soon as I cancel. Why is it not letting me? Okay. This is weird. Alright, I'm just going to have to connect to the URL. It's not letting me copy the text. Share, copy link. Alright, I'll be in our chat in just 1 second. As soon as I listen to this ad that popped up. Now, this link that I'm putting up right now is a link to the Ration Museum's live stream tomorrow. Sean said he's going to make it back. He's dealing with a family issue right now, and my condolences go out to him. Miss Aletha just had something going, and she lost her puppy that she had for many years. So I hate to take him under their wing, but he has been my children's, and he's getting up there in age. Let's see, he'll be 14 actually this month. No, he just turned 14 in October. So no, 2007. He was born in 2007. So he'd be 14, right, or 15? 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. That's 3. Yeah, he'd be 14. He's 14 years old. He's about 3/4 of the way blind. He's got congestive heart failure. His hips are failing him. But I don't feel like he is at the quality of life right now where it's like, I feel like he still has quality of life. He doesn't look at me and make me sad yet. I mean, he does sometimes, but not like he wants it to be over or anything. You know what I mean. I did have to deal with that one time. I could not make the decision myself. My old lady actually took the dog. My boxer. She was my buddy. And we had to have her put down because she didn't sleep for 3 days and walked around the house. But anyways, condolences go out to Sean, he's dealing with right now, and Miss Aletha for what she's got going right now too. I know there was other things that I wanted to cover in the beginning right now, but for the life of me, I can't think of what they were. I meant to stick that up there too, because why not? I'm going to start off. I don't really know. How does the saying go? Is it beer before liquor? I mean, that's not liquor, I guess. I don't know how you classify that. I'm not a drinker, so I really don't I don't know how to.
Liquor, never sicker.
Or is it liquor before beer, never sicker?
Beer before liquor, never sicker. Liquor before beer, never fear.
So I should do this first.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to have that with the meal. I don't think it matters. I think that's whenever you're like, I've heard that this myth is definitely a myth. It's just that something that people made up, and that's for only people that are like getting trashed. And I really don't. I don't know. Yeah, I agree, James. I think it's like it. James Ortiz says booze is booze. I kind of think the same thing. Um, Bob says to take the shot first, but I kind of wanted to have it with the food because that kind of makes sense to go with the Russian food. I mean, it's like that's really Russian. And then we have this Ballentine ale. I did look up some of the information on this, and it was one of the oldest breweries in America, or it's what it claimed to be on the information that I found about it. And it was, oops, and it was actually the third largest or the third most popular beer at one point. Here, let me back it up. Ballentine Ale. I just want to double check myself on some of the things because I don't want to misspeak because like I said, this was Mulder 13's. This was his dad's favorite beer, and it had a lot of positive feedback whenever I looked it up here. Where let's see here. It was founded in 1840 in Newark, New Jersey, with a mystery. It all started with a mystery. Well, with the purchase of a long-forgotten brewery brand and a mystery, that is. Pabst actually bought this. They own this now, and it was kind of their segue into getting into craft beers, which I thought was pretty cool, that the big company Pabst decided to make this Ballentine Ale their way to get into craft beer. So that's saying something right there, that it's a substantial brand. Looks like its best by date right there is October 25th of 2021, it looks like. I mean, we all know that that's silly. I think they put those dates on there just to like rush people to buy them. I really don't know. I don't understand it because you guys know that I've drank beers that were, I mean, as old as they could be, and he always had more than one. Yeah, okay. I've never been a beer drinker, so the appeal of drinking a beer after a long day doesn't it just doesn't appeal to me personally, and it's not something I've ever really done. But I know a lot of people do. A lot of people prescribe to that. It's just not my. It's just not my thing. But it interests me. I have somewhat developed a palate for beer after I've been drinking them now for, on a regular basis for, I mean, a few years now. I would say steadily, once a week. So, um, I just typically don't get to try something that is fresh like this. So it'll be interesting to. I think the freshest one I've had was one that we had at and I don't, maybe I didn't even drink that. It was one that we had at a meetup. I think it was from back in like 2016. I had one that I had left over that I had sitting around that was from 2016. I can't even remember if I drank that thing or not, but it was cool because I still had it from left over from the meetup, and it just kind of sat around. I wonder if this is a twist top. It probably is, right? There's no reason for me. Hans, I think it's Hanns or Hams, Hamms, from the land of sky blue waters. Hams beer, maybe. Um, what else? There somehow these things, this particular beer made it into a couple pieces of literature, a couple books that they referenced whenever I was looking up some history about him. But I guess Pabst bought the company back in 2005, and they wanted to keep the memory of the old brewery alive, so they kind of stuck with the brand the way it was, which is cool to keep it alive like that, because a lot of times when a big company buys something like that, if they're not buying directly for the name, they'll kind of squash the company, squash competition, and then do whatever they want with facilities and stuff that they get out of purchasing it. Um, let's see here. There's an India Pale Ale, I guess, that's a famous one. This is America's largest selling ale. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into this thing. We will, let's see if it's a twist top first. Yep, it was. All right. Yeah. So that's definitely got a fuller scent than some of the ones that I'm used to, which are older. Again, I'm smelling something that is different than what I'm used to. One side of my nose is much more open than the other side. Is that called a deviated septum? I don't know what the definition of a deviated septum is. That sounds about right. Ah, Sun-Eyed Cookie says cheers. Hang on. Cheers, man. Cheers, mate. He's over in Australia. Thanks for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that. There's something really strong in there that's really, I don't know if it's a very heavy hops scent, but it doesn't have that bite to the scent that sometimes I get when I can tell it's going to be like more of a tangy, and have that bite to it. But should be, beer's not carbonated like sodas are. The reaction that happens in here is natural from the process, whereas soda is actually injected with the carbonation. So, all right, well, um, could you imagine like way back in the day when they were making beer? I mean, this would have been the only thing that you'd got that fizzy tanginess with. I mean, there was no soda injected with like the carbonation like we have now. So this has been the only way you've been able to get something like that. Down the hatch with the Ballentine. Cheers to Mulder's dad. Um, it's smooth. I'll say that. A lot smoother than a lot of the stuff that I try to force down my gullet. It has it does have a really full flavor. You won't see me do that very often. Put something in my mouth and swish it around to really get a good flavor profile on it. Typically, I just want to force those other ones down as quickly as possible. This has a really earthy fullness to it, I would say. It has a like a savoriness to it. I'll save a little bit of it to go with the with dinner. Yeah. So we're going to open that thing up here in just a second. And I will pull up the translator and we'll take a look at the translated label. Gundog just said hello, friends, in Russian. Hello, Gundog. Let's pull this bad boy down right here. And this was the only imported vodka that they had. Certified alpha grade. A grade. It's 40%, so it's 80 proof. Straight from Russia. Stolichnaya. I don't know how to say that. How would you pronounce that? Huh? Stolichnaya. Stolichnaya? I don't know. Shania. Stolichnya. I don't know. Divine Spirits Tacos Girl Messages TV says hi, Smokey. Hello. Robert says Stoli. Yeah, I would just call it Stoli myself. That's what I would call it. All right, let me find my translator here. There we go. Get it pulled up. I have not translated this. I have a good. Oh, cool. So I've already got Russian pulled up. That's good. Wonder what I was translating last time with this thing from Russian. No clue. Okay. Okay. Select all this. I don't want that upper stuff up there. Okay. Menu 1, Composition 1. So this is a Menu 1, Composition 1, biscuits from wheat flour of first grade, 100 grams. Buckwheat porridge with beef. I knew that was the main. We got liver pate, 250 grams. 100 grams, 45 grams. 4, we got apple jam. 5, concentrate drink tonic, which is also apple flavored, I do believe. We got a black tea. We got sugar, salt, black pepper, chewing gum, a lollipop caramel, which is, I think it's just a hard candy, and a flameless food heater, disinfectant wipe, paper napkin, plastic spoon. All right, cool. All right, real quick, I want to see what this title up here says. How do I go back? Camera. Scan. Didn't get it. Try again. Nope. Come on now. Let's just do the instant. Yep, food ration combat units is what I'm getting, but I don't think that's right. What's this? Yep, food ration of combat units. Russian individual combat ration pack. Well, obviously it says that in English right there. Maybe that's the translation. Anyway, let's get into this thing. Enough with me going too slow. Again, Malderman, I really appreciate you hooking me up with this thing. Like I said, this is going to be the freshest Cat was up here earlier. Must have got a cat hair on the bag. This is going to be the freshest that I have ever had, I think. Fernbark, I'd like to have your recipe for that, man. Actually, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, but one that's confirmed, a good one, wouldn't mind. Wouldn't mind trying to make it myself. Come on. Crikey. There we go. First look. Alright. First things first, we have our wheat billets of crackers. 6 of those bad boys. And I don't know that I've ever had Russian crackers that weren't, well, I mean, I've had some that weren't broken, but I don't think I've ever had any that weren't at least pretty stale, I would say. There we go. What else we got in here? We got our can of liver pate. Gundog, I'll send this to you, buddy. I know how you love it. I know how much you love liver pate. It's a nice can, though. Nice label. I like the gold. It's nice. Somebody tell me what that is. Is that like the is that like a food service that approves, you know, clean food or something? I don't know. Like our FDA or something. Because I see this on everything. Amazon, they sell 2-serving boiling bag buckwheat. It's freaking fabulous. Huh. With meat or just buckwheat? Oh, cool. We got another. I thought we only had one thing of crackers. We got two. 2 things of hard biscuity crackers. Here's our. That's a very typical Russian spoon. I don't know if you could make that into a weapon or not. Not like the American one. I mean, obviously this isn't military, but it's the same spoon that they give them most of the rations. There's some green ones, but they're even flimsier than that. What else do we have here? Okay. This is pavidla, or apple jam, apple jelly. It's definitely separated a little bit. Some liquid on top there. But I do believe that the Russians call that pavidla. Pretty sure, right? And this is pashtit. I think I pronounced that properly. Pashtit. And it's liver. We got our 20 grams of sugar, which is like awesome. I wish we had that much sugar in our stuff. Always want more. And there's one of the wet wipes. I thought there were supposed to be 2. Typically they're stuck together. There's the other one. Well, once. Where'd it go? I've never checked to see what the differences are with them. Here's our. I do believe this is an apple flavored vitamin drink. I'm pretty sure. We got our black Ceylon tea. Actually, pretty decent tea. Oh, this is different looking than I expected. Here's the. Oh, there's the napkin. That's legit like a tissue. Very soft. Like a tissue would be. You could separate this into. It's 3-ply. I mean, if you needed it and you could pull it apart like that, that would definitely help it stretch out and go a lot further. So, yeah. So we got one. Wait, how did it goes this way? Got 3 little pieces of napkin, I would call it. Cool, cool, cool. I'm sure you're not supposed to do that, but I did it anyway because that's the only one with like a design on it. Oh, no, they all got it a little bit. Maybe you are supposed to separate them. Anyway, here's this flameless ration heater. Calls for, it looks like 100 milliliters of water. It's actually a lot for a flameless ration heater. Gets you up to 95 degrees Celsius. And it shows a tin of food in there on top of the pad. No tape on this? I think the old ones had tape on them. The old ones were like, oh yeah, that's a piece of tape right there. The looks like November 3rd, 2020 production date on it. So the flameless ration heater is considerably older than the actual meal itself, but of course that's not a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. There we go. Should be one more thing left in here. Well, a couple more things left in here actually. We have a single piece. I think there's supposed to be 2 pieces of Orbit's gum in there, but there is 1 piece in there, and that's it. Here we have our 5 grams of salt. That is a lot of salt. I mean, a ton of salt. And here is our lollipop caramel, it called it. I don't know what flavor that would be. Anybody want to, is that like goji berry? What is that? Anybody want to tell me what flavor that is? Interesting. And one more thing in the bag here. We got our pepper. That's an interesting looking pepper. That's new. A little salt and pepper shaker together right there. It's kind of cute for a Russian item that would show up in a military ration. I'll bet this is what the pepper looks like in the new ones. A little design on there. And last but definitely not least, here we have our 250 gram main of buckwheat with beef porridge. And there's your picture of what it's supposed to look like. And this is in a retort pouch. Got stamped with a date up here of 3/3/2021 was the production date on this. So March 3rd of 2021. So how old is this? What, 9 months old? No. March. November 3rd. Take away be 8 months. 8 months old, right? Something like that. I have a pouch of this exact same brand of food here. And this particular manufacturer comes in like, I want to say somewhere along the lines of like 19 different menus. And they go as far as to like put a pork chop mains, I think. They had potatoes wrapped in bacon, which I really want to find that one and try that one. Holy cow. Some stuff that sounds really interesting to try. And this typically will come, when you get a retort pouch of Russian food, typically, your meat and stuff, it's kind of like the Polish and the I think it's the Latvians. No, it's not the Latvians. It's the wow, I can't believe I can't remember. Anyway, holy cow. The one there typically you'll have like your meat. I think it's on the bottom or the top, depending on which way you open it. It'll be separated almost. Like they put the meat in a spoonful in, and then they put your buckwheat in. And yeah, this actually looks really good. I'm going to go throw this in some boiling water. I'm not going to use the flameless ration heater because I can guarantee you it's not going to get as hot that way as it would if I boil it. And I want this to be as good as it can be. And then I'll come back, we'll get the drinks ready, get the rest of the stuff on the tray, and try out some of this Stoli. Call it Stoli. Yeah. Be right back. time being. By the way, Mulder, I could see why he would like this. It's actually pretty good as far as a beer goes. Like I said, I'm not really. And I was in the middle of things that are food, not food, not. I mean, stuff that I can eat food wise. Not much here whenever you break it down to like actual food items. We got the main 2 packs of crackers, some jelly, and some liver pate that I have no desire to really eat. All right, let's get some drinks going. We'll start with the hot one. Straight up with the Bob Ross mug. Boom. I've got my foreignmre.com mug over here too. If you guys are looking for some MREs of First Strike Rations, I'd assume that they still have both. And you can use code OS10 or Oldsmokey10. Get yourself $10 off of your case of MREs or First Strike Rations. It's a good deal on your part. And just to be transparent, I make absolutely nothing from that. It's literally just me passing along savings to you guys. And they were kind enough to give a coupon code for that. Oh, look at that. There's a QR code on that tea. I wonder why. It's the first time I've ever seen that before. Huh. I don't know what the purpose of that would be. You guys, if you know what that means, let me know in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this later. It's like the only thing we got to use the sugar on is this tea. Give it some hot water here. Spill it on the tray because that's what I'm good at. Chance to use one of these little napkins here. They're more like a tissue. Quite absorbent though. I mean, it sucked that water right up. Sometimes you get a napkin or a paper towel or something, and it just won't absorb the water. I don't like those types of napkins / paper towels and stuff. Next, we got our vitamin drink. We'll do that real quick. I don't want to overboil that main. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, I think this should be apple flavored. I had a comment on the last live stream. I did catch the comment. I didn't get to respond, but I did see it about there being a couple orbs flying around, and I actually saw that last time, and it didn't look like a dust particle. It looked like it actually almost kind of had like a light to it, and I thought I'd just seen another one. You know, that it's probably nothing, but you know, who knows. Oh yeah, sweet and sour as far as the powder goes, and it does most certainly have an apple flavor to it. A lot of that powder there, and you could eat that just like candy, just like most drink mixes. You can just eat it. You could just eat it like candy. Let's see how much water it calls for. If I can find the water amount here. I swear I think it's 100 milliliters. I'll put it up to the screen, let you guys take a look at it and see if you guys see what I see. I think it's calling for 100 milliliters of water. I do see the 100 popping up numerous times on there. It's very hard to get that text to come across on camera because of how shiny. Let me try something. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Kind of. I don't know. Maybe. Here, let me turn the light off one more time. See if I can get it to where you guys can read it. You'd literally have to pause it. Zoom in on it, maybe. I don't know. Get it closer to the camera. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's calling for 100 milliliters. That's what I'm going to go with anyway. Is 100 milliliters of water. And no way. No way. 100 milliliters of water. That can't be right. Hang on. I was thinking 250 milliliters. I was thinking half a bottle of water. Let me look at this again. Maybe it's 160? Anyway. We're going to go with like only about half of that, half a bottle of water right there. And if it seems too strong, then I'll work on that. I'm thinking it's probably going to be about, you would think it'd be at least 8 ounces, right? Go with a little more than half. We'll see. We'll see that. Get this tea working back here. Ah, oh, liver pate. I'm going to go get that main out right now, guys. I'll be right back. I'm sure it's been in there long enough. So these are made for your what? Your campers, your outdoorsmen, your hunters, your folks maybe disaster relief, or right here is basically its own bowl, which I love to have gussets on the bottoms of my mains and other things even whenever if I'm not doing something like this, putting it all out on a tray and things like that. These gussets are really nice, man. It's like a self-contained meal. It's got its own bowl. It's ready to go. You can actually set it down. You don't have to hold it the whole time while you're eating and worry about laying it down and dumping out somewhere. Like the U.S. mains, if you lay one of those retort pouches down, it's not leaned up against something, it's going to dump out. Whereas this, boom, sets right up. Cut the top off, get yourself a bowl. Just ate a lemon poppy seed pound cake. Well, that's good stuff. That's absolutely good stuff. A lion's head. What? What are we talking about? Does anybody have any suggestions on an app that you can use that is a good app? Because I've been reading some horrible reviews on these like stock market trading apps and these apps like that. I wanted to try something like that with a small amount of money, and I started reading the reviews and I'm like, man, all these reviews are awful, especially all the recent reviews. Like all the apps have went way downhill recently or something. I'm not sure what to do with this liver pate. I don't know if I should open it or not because I will not eat it. I will try it. I'd try it, but yeah. I mean, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think instead of opening this, I think I'm going to go open it. Well, if I open a bee in it, that'd just be crackers. I really don't need no crackers. I got plenty of those. crackers and cocoa beverage powder in one that I've got sitting around, and I've got another one that's crackers and candy, which I'm not sure what the candy is. It's probably a fudge bar. I don't know though. Anyways, I want to check this main out. Get one of these things of crackers opened up too. Yeah, we'll open this one. They're the same, right? Yeah. Are they? Are those the same? Kind of look different. Kind of look like these might be wheat. These might be white. Let me look at these labels real quick. It says right on it, cracker in English. Is there English on these things? I know that Russians aren't stupid. They've realized that there's a huge market for rations in America. That's why they started making so many different rations there about, I don't know, say 5 years ago, roughly. They really started pumping out the secondary civilian type rations, and they came up with all different kinds of different military rations that they hadn't had before, too. I don't know. I think these are the same. I'm pretty sure they're the same. I'm going to go with that anyway. I want to get a McRib. I don't like McRibs, but I have a really good idea of something to do with a McRib, and I've been meaning to do it for literally years and haven't done it. Three's enough for now. I want to try one of these right now, nice and fresh, out of the package. Well, it's got a nice flavor to it. It's just the texture's not really what you'd want out of a cracker. Kind of chewy. I mean, it's crunchy, but it's chewy too. Kind of a stiff chew. Dense. For sure. But it does have a nice flavor. Yeah, kind of I mean, they have a crunch to them, obviously, but they also have a firmness to them that makes them come off as somewhat like a firm chewy. Let's take a look at this main. Okay, seeing a lot of buckwheat on top right there. We're going to have to dump this out. I'm going to grab a bowl. Ooh, wow. Smell that beef. Oh, boy. It's got a very healthy scent coming out of there. It smells like a natural beef smell. I don't pick up a whole lot of the buckwheat. The buckwheat almost has a little bit of a chlorinated scent to it. I know it might sound strange, but it does have a little bit of like almost like a chlorine smell to it. And I'm not seeing that separation in the meat and the buckwheat like I typically do with these. Oh, I'm into pain. Merry Christmas, Smoke. Laugh out loud. Well, thank you so much for that, man. Holy cow, with a $20 super chat right there. I'm into pain. Just came in with a huge super chat. Really appreciate that. Man, oh man. You did not need to do that. That was awesome, though. Thank you. Well, stick around in this. See if we can find like a chunk of like that meat like I was talking about. Man, I really do appreciate that. I'm into pain. What is that? Is that like a big old sinewy piece of fat? It is. I'm sorry, folks, but that... the animals can have that later. And I think that's what that is right there, too. Looks like there's a little chunk of meat on the end of that fat, but... then we got a big old sinewy piece of fat right there, too. Well, I'm not going to mess around. This is nice and hot. got plenty of chunks of beef through it. Look at that chunk right there on my spoon. Right here. Alright, here we go. Down the hatch with our kasha. Our beef kasha. Here we go. I don't want to talk bad about it, but it does have this weird, like, chlorine scent. My old lady just said it smells awful. It doesn't smell awful to me, but it does have a little bit of a strange scent to it that isn't what I would call normal. I don't know what that is. I mean, there's a lot of fat in there, but let me see if she smells it. Actually smell it. See if it smells like a little bit of chlorine. You can smell it? It having a chlorine in it. It comes through in the flavor. I'm going to try again. Maybe it's, I don't know. I think I can get used to it. Kind of. It's a very hearty meal. Lots of fat going on there. I do feel like it will benefit from both the salt and the pepper. I need to get this tea out. Add some sugar to this bad boy. About half the pack. Should be alright to start with. We'll see. I'll try a bite with the cracker and see if that helps balance it out. Anybody wants to pause it? Scan that QR code and tell me what the deal with that is. No idea. Cracker didn't really help any. Well, let's find out if the salt and the pepper can help. And I'll say it does kind of seem like it's lacking on the seasonings. I know it looks like I'm putting a lot, but I'm going to mix it all the way through it. I mean, there's so much salt there, though. 5 grams of salt is a ton of salt. Another big old chunk of fat right there. The cats will be happy to see that later. Put some pepper on there. I should have put the pepper on before I mixed it up, huh? So I wouldn't have to mix it up twice. Not thinking ahead. Left hand. Is that white pepper? No, it's black pepper. Excuse me. Put most of the pepper on there. Now I'm going to put a slight dusting salt on the top here, just a little tiny bit. All right. Now that it's seasoned, give it a try again. I mean, that's a huge improvement. Huge. The difference is night and day. They don't even taste hardly like the same dish. This is badly in need of some seasoning. I think really the only thing that's going on here is your buckwheat and your beef, and maybe that's it. There may be nothing at all else added to this. Maybe there might have been some carrot chunks or something in there. I don't know. But that salt and pepper has went a long way at improving this. I mean, it really changed it. Made it a whole lot more desirable to eat, I would say. And the crackers, they do go good with it. Is that another chunk of fat? Look at that. That is nothing but fat. You can see the light through it. Look at that. Veiny, sinewy chunk of fat with a little teeny tiny piece of beef hanging off the end of it right there. I mean, no thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong. The fat adds to the flavor big time, but this could really benefit from some Tabasco. Let me find one that's open here. Maybe. Got all these Tabascos sitting here and none of them's open. Of course they're not. There we go. There's an open one, I think. Yeah. Get a bite of this. And add a little Tabasco to it. Little American touch here. Whoa! Well, that came out of there way too easily. It comes out like that. Just literally dumped out half that bottle. Usually the tip of it is like clogged. That is not clogged at all. And it came out of there like a faucet. So I have my little Tabasco area right here. Nice chunk of beef right there. Alright, here we go. With some Tabasco. Nope. Nope, those flavors do not mix. Nope. Need to get this vitamin drink back here. Quick stir. I think I'm going to have to add a lot more water to this because that was like the powder was up about that far, which is a lot of powder. Give the tea a quick stir. I can feel sugar on the bottom, so it's not, didn't all dissolve. Alright, I'm going to try the drink, just a sip of it, see if it needs more water. It's very, very thick and very candy-like. It almost very viscous. So I don't think a little more water will hurt it at all. Give it another stir. And it was plenty sweet. Still. That's what happened. Like, the more you water it down, I mean, you're just going to have less flavor, less sweetness. Let's find out. It does have a very light apple flavor. It's pretty good, though. I think it's think it's about time to try this out. I mean, it does go with the food, right? It's supposed to, right? I think they make that stuff on a regular basis. Every Russian meme or Russian anything I've ever seen, it's part of everyday life. So, Stoli. All right, give it a smell. Is that supposed to have stayed on there? Is that like a little? Guess not. Anyway. Smells like rubbing alcohol.
It's cheap vodka.
Oh, no, it is not.
Russian vodka is fine.
It is not cheap
Right.
by any stretch of the word. This, fifth, I think this is probably. No, 750 milliliters. This is not a liter.
Yeah.
It costs the same as what a liter of the expensive. It starts with an A. Absolute, yeah. This cost like 70 cents less than what a liter of Absolute would have cost. So, it's, yeah, it's not cheap. It was like $21 for this. Huh? I'm about to find out. So, Robert Bob says it's not bad vodka. Some of the best I ever had, Mickey Joe sent me. I ain't seen Mickey Joe in a long time show up in the live stream chat or anything, but he sent me a bottle of vodka probably like 2 years ago, and that stuff was the smoothest and like no flavor to it whatsoever. This is your favorite. What are we talking about? Oh, Crystal Skull vodka is the best. Who owns that Crystal Skull vodka? That's a celebrity thing, right? Can't remember. Somebody owns that. Here we go. What in the world? I didn't notice that. It's like a seal came out whenever you popped the. See that? It's like an inner part of the bottle. Oh, road checks tonight. So, Dan Aykroyd owns it. I'll be daggone. Huh. That's pretty awesome. I didn't know Dan Aykroyd did the Crystal Skull vodka. I mean, I had it in my head that it was a celebrity, but I didn't think it was him. Have you guys seen that? It's like an ad or something that's running here on YouTube. I've seen it 2 or 3 times pop up. Shaquille O'Neal is at like this business center, and he's talking about finance and investment and things like that. And he starts asking a bunch of questions like, "Do you know who owns Marilyn Monroe? Do you know who?" I want to say he said Elvis, but I could be wrong. Do you want what other things did he say? He said all kinds of crazy things. No, I really don't know. Pretty interesting though. Pretty interesting commercial though. If you guys don't mind, hit that thumbs up or down. I don't care either way, just as long as you're giving some feedback. And it's time. It's time. Man, I looked up Michael Buffer and What's the other buffer? They're brothers, Michael and can't remember the other buffer. The one that does all the announcement, all the announcements. All the UFC fights, boxing fights, been tons of movies. But Google how much he gets paid to say what that phrase that he says, which is it's trademarked, and every time it's uttered in a film, and obviously anytime he says it, he's getting paid as well. But I read that the most he ever got paid to say it one time was $1 million, and then he I want to say whenever I looked it up the other day, it said that his net worth was $400 million. Hey, it's buffering right now, and I'm talking about Michael Buffer. Michael Buffer and his brother. I can't believe I can't remember his brother's name. Anyway, it's weird that the live stream's kicked out twice like that. So this is not my thing. In case you didn't know, is it Jimmy? Really? Jimmy Buffer? That can't be right. That can't be right. I'll look it up here in a second because it's bothering me. Oh yeah, Bus Stop. He made a bunch of money off of that too. Bruce Buffer, yes. It's Bruce Buffer, yeah. Michael Buffer and Bruce Buffer. Bruce is the one that did like all the. I think he just did UFC fights and stuff for a while, or was it wrestling? One or the other. It was something like that. He like handled one area of it, but they both do the same thing, and they're both filthy rich from it. Nope. Oh, that's bad. Oh, yeah, it burns. Um, a lot actually. Even I had it mixed, and well, not this thing keeps it separated, like almost fully separated. So you're basically just chasing it down with whatever chaser you want in there. A little over under cup thing. It's pretty cool. Um, but that burnt, and it had it had that real typical. I feel it right now. My mouth is still burning. The back of my throat's still burning, and I'm feeling it going down right down through here right now too. So yeah, I would not recommend the Stoli to anybody. That was a $21 mistake, but oh well. I've actually never tried that Crystal Skull. I'm not a connoisseur of these types of things, but like I said, this is the only imported from Russia vodka that I could find, and it says it. Oh, it says up here imported. Yeah. Proudly produced and bottled at the historic Lot Dias Balsams, imported by Stoli Group USA LLC into New York, New York. 100% grain neutral spirits. 80 proof. Alpha grade. I think it has some like fancy holographic writing on there. A little holographic sticker that says the original Stoli right there. I'm sure this is probably I would assume, a well-known brand, but this could be like their bottom of the barrel that they decide to send over here. I don't know. That's cool. It's got a batch number on it, though. Came out of batch number 1110, so you could trace it back to the exact batch that it came out of. That's cool. That kind of impressive. time for some apple jam, apple jelly. I'm going to have to heat that up. Hope I missed a super chat. Cyanide Cookie says $20 return to sender. Yeah. Not something that I would indulge in outside of this. It's just not. I mean, it's got some, like I said, some pretty holographic stuff on it. It's kind of nice to look at, but it's cool to have an imported vodka, I guess, from Russia. Before I go into the, I'll chase that with that. Yeah, Dan, I really appreciate that, man. You really didn't need to do that, though. You guys are seriously too kind. Oh, there's a little tear notch right there. Maybe I can do it without the knife. I just heard a hiss whenever I broke the seal on that. That's kind of weird. Let's take a look at this gabeRILLA, or apple jam. Not too dark. As you can see, it looks like maybe there's like some cinnamon or something in that, or brown sugar or something. You can see spots. The light kind of illuminate those particles in there, which I'm going to assume is some sort of spice. Can't smell it at all. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Reminiscent of apple butter. And I know you guys have probably heard that 1,000 times. And the reason I say that is mainly because of the texture. The texture is very velvety and smooth. And it's because when you have an apple butter, it's like a pureed apple, and you get that pureed apple flavor. This doesn't have like cinnamon and sugar. It doesn't seem like not too much of that added. I'm not really picking up on cinnamon at all, just maybe some added sweetness to it. But yeah, it just tastes like straight up some apple and a little bit of sugar as far as ingredients go. Very natural flavor. Very natural. The crackers have a lot of flavor themselves, and it's kind of overpowering to the apple jam. They go well with the main because they kind of balance each other out flavor-wise. But whenever you try it with the jam, it's kind of overpowering. So you're gonna have a lot more jam than you have cracker, or you end up with a whole lot of cracker flavor. Look at that tea, nice and dark. Some people don't like it like this. It's overbrewed. They don't like to squeeze the tea bag. I don't care. I like my tea to be strong, and I like it this way. So, it is a really nice, flavorful, rich black tea. There's not a whole lot of tannins going on in there, which I don't know really what determines that with your black tea. What dictates when it's going to have a strong tannin, content or not. This is on the smoother side. Doesn't have that kind of. I wouldn't call it a bitterness, but it's just like this. How do I describe that? I guess it would be considered sort of a bitterness that you get on your tongue. Almost like a dryness to it. This doesn't have that. This is really nice and smooth. I feel like the sugar content, what I put about half the pack in here, is just right. It's not overly sweet. It's not like a I don't have it like a Southern iced tea or anything like that. This is not that sweet. Anybody in America will know what I'm talking about. Like a Lipton makes a Southern ugh, Southern style, which is extremely sweet. The stuff is really good. It's almost kind of addicting. I just kind of wish they'd give you more in the rations. 45 grams. That's not bad. Same size as our old cheese spreads and stuff, pretty much. They were 43 grams. Now they're less, because that was an ounce and a half. Now they're like, what, 30? 28? They're just 1 ounce. See you later, Gun Dog. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Did you put that video out yet, Gun Dog? You said last time you had a video coming out. I haven't seen it pop up. If you have. If you have, I want to go check it out. We Russians eat jars of it at home. Kind of like we Americans, if we can get our hands, we eat jars of it here too. Jars of apple butter that Miss Renee made, actually. I'll get to show you what I mean. I'll see you real quick. If I can't get to it right now, but I do have a couple jars left of apple butter that Miss Renee made. It's got like chunks of apples in it. I could actually go for some of that right now. As a matter of fact, this stuff's weird. Like, look at the consistency. It doesn't look right. It's not just on top. That goes all the way through it. I guess that's something to do with the biters in it. I don't know. You guys see what I'm talking about? It does not look right, does it? It tastes kind of sour when you eat it or drink it with the apple jam itself. Even though it's a sweet apple drink, the tea goes better. The tea goes better with it. It's kind of like having, I guess, kind of like having biscuits with your tea. I swear these things have gotten stale or just no longer than they've set out here. It's apple pie. I didn't realize it until just a little bit ago whenever I was setting things up here and looking at these things. And you wouldn't think it, just by looking at these, that one is extremely different from the other. This is what they call apple pie, or what they're calling apple pie. It's only a little 50 milliliter container. I don't know if it's got something to do with the date. I have no idea how old these are. I got one of these, and I think Orlando might have sent me another. I'm not sure. But As you can see, this one right here, 20%. That's all it is. Calling this apple pie moonshine. It's 20%, 40 proof. And look at this one, 64%. This is 128 proof. The difference is astounding. It's night and day. Like, huge difference. 64%. This is 24% more than the Stoli here. I have a feeling if I were to drink that, I'd be, I mean, that's easily like 2 shots, right? I would think. Probably. I would consider that to be a solid 2 to 2.5 shots, probably. How many milliliters is in a shot? Probably, what, 20? 20. Apologize, I had to start that thing over again. You know what? I forgot about saving that. Go ahead and take care of that. A whole lot of drinks going on over here tonight. More than usual. Even it seems like even whenever I have a ration with a bunch of drinks in it, like a British rations have an abundance of drinks in it. I think we can all agree on that. I will be trying this. I don't know what flavor this is. Is this some kind of goji berry? I'll bet. Something like that. That's what it looks like on there. I do not read Russian, so I could not tell you precisely what it is. I am going to enjoy one of these camels that Miss Marilyn sent over and shoot the crap with you guys. Emptied out one of the slots last time, so we're going for a new one today. Right there. That's a 10, 3, 6, yep, 9. This would be 10. She did flip me over a lucky one right there, which will be the one that'll be left over in there, because I always go after that one last. Wait, that's right. There it is. Try to line that lid up properly. Now, I would actually like to light this with a match. I do think that makes a difference with vintage smokes. How you light them. It affects the flavor. And I know a Bic lighter isn't, you wouldn't think would affect the flavor of it much, but I think it does, actually. Buck Seaberry? Buck Seaberry. Huh. Sausage flavor candy? Really? Maybe. Who knows with the Russians, right? They might want a hearty flavored candy. I don't know. Some interesting answers I'm seeing popping up in the chat there. Cigars smoke better if you light them with a match. Huh. You know, I've smoked a few cigars in my time, and a couple times I lit them with a match, a couple times I lit them with a regular lighter, and maybe with a torch lighter type once or twice. But when you light a cigar, you're supposed to puff on it, get it really, get it lit nice and well, I guess. Get a good cherry on the end of it. KGB candy. The whole Russian hoax went on for, well, 4 years. Almost 4 years. I guess they kind of debunked it there. Probably 2019, 2020. Kind of didn't put a stop to it. Investory? Was I right? Investory? What? Investory. I was asking you guys earlier about a good app to use for trades and whatnot. And I'll tell you the reason that I started thinking about this in the first place was I heard about Trump coming up with a company that was going to be a social media and going to have a platform to post videos and things like that. And then it went public, and it was doing really, really, really well financially. And people were investing in it left and right, and making huge gains already. And it's not even supposed to launch till January or something like that. But it just seemed like a way to make some easy money, because it's one of those things that's out there now. There's a couple other things too that I've heard lately that maybe would be worth trying. And of course, if you watch Elon Musk at all, you can pretty much guarantee if he suggests something, it's going to be something that takes off. So if you catch it early enough after his tweet or whatever, which I don't have Twitter or anything like that. But if I was going to do something like that, I would have an alert set for any time he throws out a tweet, and then follow whatever he's talking about extremely quickly, and you might be able to get on the upside of something. But that's neither here nor there, because it takes money to make money. And well, a lot of people are doing that right now. Yeah, I agree. Investory buying Tesla right now is probably not a great idea, especially with the way I just saw him talking about this the other day. They did a get together of he called it a summit. I think he called it a EV summit, electric vehicle summit. The White House organized it, and they invited GM, Ford, etc. And you know who they didn't invite? They didn't invite Tesla. I'm just as perplexed by that as anyone else would be. But of course, Elon Musk took issue with that, obviously, as he should, because he's been at the forefront of that technology. He's about to sell 10% of his stock. Ooh, that'll probably make it take a dip. Am I wrong? Wouldn't that, because he's doing that, wouldn't that drive the price down some? And when that happens, that would be the time to buy, when the price goes down, right? Am I wrong? Investory. Am I saying that right? I don't know if that's the way to say that. Due to the new tax suggested by Janet. Yeah. Well, it's not just her. It's all of them. Buckthorn berry. Seed buckthorn berry. That's what the candy is? Interesting. I gotta look that up real quick. See. Buckthorn. Oops. What happened? See buckthorn berry. Okay. Okay. See buckthorn. There's an image. It does look similar to what's on the candy. Is the genesis of sea buckthorn, delicious shrubs in the family whatever. Name sea buckthorn may be hyphenated to avoid confusion with the unrelated true buckthorns. It's also referred to as a sandthorn, a solothorn, or a seaberry. They're used to make jellies, juices, purees, and sauces. In manufacturing, sea buckthorn is used in cosmetics and anti-aging. Interesting. I've never even heard of it before. Huh. Why is Walmart on their website? Okay, Walmart's website mentions sea buckthorn berry and the healing arc. So there's one place that's near me, and then the next place is the Healing Arc, which is up in Canada. And that's funny, man. I just ran into this guy recently, and his mom he works for the Canadian government. She was working with some sort of food. I can't remember what it was that she was working with. It may have been something like this. I don't know, but it had a lot of healing properties, and they were doing a lot of research, and she'd gotten all kinds of grants to basically grow it for the government. So it's pretty neat that I could message that guy. He did give me his card. I don't have my wallet on me, or I'd look. But he was a hockey player. That guy. I think I talked about him last time I did a live stream. Cool guy though. The Fruit Brute. Never had it either. Was a but before my time. So it was before your time. I've been hoping they'd remake the Fruit Brute. I don't know what the Fruit Brute is. What did I miss out here? Well, Russians do eat frozen mice for snacks. Well, yeah, wash it down with the cheap vodka. For some reason, Russians love it, huh? Well, I mean, just from a little bit that I read, it sounds like it's got some good properties to it, and possibilities for. It's used in cosmetics and anti-aging, but it also read something real quick about it having healing properties as well. Let's see. Again, these things are really tasting nice and aged, by the way. They have that really distinct aged flavor to them. And the can that I opened didn't so much as it didn't have that as much as this can does. Well, I got to try this sea buckthorn candy and see what the hype's all about here. Take a look at it. It looks like a cough drop, pretty much. I mean, focus camera. It's not one. There we go. Kinda. No smell. Like the FDA or something. Mostly like the tea and make jams out of it. Are you from Russia? Investory? You don't eat mice? We don't. Oh, Fruit Brute cereal. Pickles and vodka. Well, I'm pretty sure sunflower seeds is a thing that's a stereotype. Um, Obviously the vodka. And liver pate. For some reason, that's the big thing in Russia. I don't understand that really, other than I think it's something that's been passed down, like things that got passed down from the Great Depression here, from hard times. Liver and onions was a thing here. My grandma loved it. And that generation, most of that generation were accustomed to eating liver and onions because of the hard times that they went through with the Great Depression. And a lot of their habits and things rubbed off on the next generation, which would have been, my mom, their age, just, anywhere between, let's say, 55 and 65, 70 right now. Was born in Russia and raised by Russians, so yeah, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, like I watch a couple Russian YouTubers, um, and I don't know if I'm sure you probably do know a little. I mean, you might know, heard of this one fella, and his name is escaping me right now. Oh, and I don't think he's Russian even. I think he's from somewhere else. But his name is Boris. I really like the fella. I like his videos. Let me see if I can pull his channel up. I'll even go as far as sharing it in the chat right now. I think it's called Life Crazy Russian Hacker. Nah. Yeah. Life of Boris. Yes. My favorite videos of Boris's are he does some kind of describing some Russian culture, and then he also did some amazing unboxing videos that I just absolutely love. How Slavs go camping. It's not going to focus. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to pull one of find one of those unboxing videos, which are going to be old. I think he stopped doing them like 2 years ago. I don't know why he stopped doing them because I really, really enjoyed them. I think they're probably some of his most viewed videos. Maybe because they were a lot of work. Hatchet Soup, a Slav fairy tale about cooking stone soup. I ain't seen a bunch of his videos of his newer stuff. Look, wow. Okay, so I'm a year back now. Not even close. I haven't seen any of these. He makes like bologna, so a lot of sausage making. He does a lot of food videos, so you guys would probably like his channel. He does English subtitles and everything, even though he's speaking English with a heavy Slav accent, I guess you'd call it. I guess he'd call it. He wears a tracksuit, never reveals his face, wears a face mask, and I guess a Russian style hat. Gosh, no way. I'm 3 years back now. I've been watching him for years now. Right there. Yeah, it's been 3 years since he's done a fan mail unboxing. That's crazy. Eating fan mail. I've got to watch that one. Answering thick questions about Anatoly. 25 kilos of halva. How to cook halva. How Slavs celebrate. How to celebrate like a Slav. I think he was like a programmer too, which is cool. My favorite one is where he's, yeah, right here. All right. Yeah, 3.7 million views. He needs to go back to these unboxing videos. Share. Copy link. All right. Link coming at you guys right now in the chat. Feel free to click on it because you won't be disappointed. There you go. And Ration Museum live stream. Link. No, maybe. Clip tray. Boom. And right there's a link to the Ration Museum live stream, which will be tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Time changes tomorrow? Or is it tonight? I guess technically tonight, early morning. I think they do it at 2 or 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Something like that. There'll be an ugly guy in the Ration Museum tomorrow. Oh, you going to be there again, Pete? I did get to tune in for just 10 minutes and saw you there a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Into the Ration Museum live stream tomorrow. I want to say another huge thanks to Mulder for sending in this Russian individual meal. Freshest Russian food I think I've tried probably by at least a few months. The candy, by the way, it almost has it almost kind of tastes like strawberry when you talk about a hard candy like this. It's really subtle. I mean, it does. I mean, it has a fruity flavor to it, but it's nothing that's really like standing out at me as being really different from something else that I've had before. It's not bad at all. I think just about anybody could eat this and enjoy it. But I do like the idea of all the cool stuff that comes along with that something sea berry. I'm thinking of the cartoon that I used to watch when I was a little. Well, actually, it was when my kids were little. Buckthorn, buckthorns, something like that. Kaylin says I like those Russian candies. Yeah, this one's not bad. This is the first time I ever seen one of these though. This sea buckthorn, yeah. Looks like they might be doing some research on it up in Canada or something. Wild thornberries, yes, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, yeah. That would have been it, what, early 2000s, maybe late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. Um, I remember having it on TV when my son was little, though. I don't think he liked that so much. SpongeBob. We had the Monsters Inc. movie on VHS. We literally wore that out. Had to buy a second one, or a third one. Same with Scooby Doo. The Scooby Doo movies, like the real life actors, and they did the Scooby Doo movies. I think there was like 2 or 3 of them. Um, my youngest son, that was his favorite thing, was the Scooby Doo movies when he was little, and we wore. I know we definitely wore out one of the first movies and had to buy another one because we played it so much. He loved it. Really, Flea did a voice on there. Tim Curry. Tim Curry. I don't. Did you see the Garfield Halloween special this year? I did not see the Garfield Halloween special. Huh? Did Bill Murray do it? Since we were talking about. Oh no, it was Dan Aykroyd that did the Skull vodka, Crystal Skull vodka. I was thinking it was going to be like a jelly. Nothing. It's just hard candy all the way through. I was scrolling through YouTube yesterday or the day before, and I'm not sure if it was a story, just a written story, or there was a video attached, but it was about a troop, a guy, an American troop, or I don't know if he was overseas or he must have been. He was somewhere else that rescued a cat and was trying to figure out how to get the cat back home. I think was the story, and I did share that. It was the first time I've ever done anything like that on my channel, and I've never looked to see. Man, I have it upside. No, I got it right side up. This old phone, I've got to get a new phone. This thing is it's awful. Destroyed my old one. Let's see. Let me go to my channel real quick. There we go. Your channel. I think I got to go to community. Oh yeah, right here it is. It was on the. It was like a Fox News story. And there is a video link attached at the bottom right there. Soldier saves cat on deployment and seeks help to bring her home before the holidays. Click here to read more. And it's got a picture of said kitty cat soldier right there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got to start doing some shorts, like some 1 minute videos, trying to tap into that market here on YouTube. And I could use parts from videos that I've done, splice them together, or just film some stuff on my own, just strictly for that. Oh, you saw that on something else pop up too, huh? So it sounds like it's getting a lot of traction. This has 18,000 thumbs up, so definitely got some attention. I'm sure that kitty cat's going to make it home. I just about can guarantee that. As much publicity as it's getting, well, it's for sure going to make it home with the publicity that it's getting. She looks like a pretty big kitty, tiger striped cat. Uh, but all right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this live stream, and I guess I will probably, hopefully, see you guys next Saturday. Let's see. Tomorrow we have the Ration Museum live stream, and I'll bet Kaylin's probably doing a live stream after. We have, if you guys are looking for holiday gift ideas, I'm going to suggest this one to you. Go to AnnandAllen.com. Thanksgiving or Christmas, this will be a perfect item that you could bring to your dinner or to, Christmas over at the family's house, and they won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed with those gooey butter cakes. They're awesome. Good night, Mike. Iggy Pop was in Crybaby too. 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Kaylin says. Kaylin will be on at 8. I know Ration Museum comes on. He starts at 3. Sometimes I think he does 4 hours, so it's either going to end at 5 or 7. And then Kaylin will be doing hers after. Investory, thanks for stopping by. That's a new name here in the chat that it's the first time I've seen it in here, so it's good to see you in here. Probably stopped by because of the real Russian food. I think I had a real Russian meal tonight. Some kasha, some vodka, some apple jam. That's his business if he wants to tell you guys. So the more people show up there in that tomorrow, I would be grateful if he would stop in there and say hello, Sean. Yeah, you're right. I did need some Russian smokes, and I probably had some actually up there on my shelf. They're not open, but I think I did have a pack of Russian smokes. I heard they were awful, those. That's why I haven't opened them. But all right, guys, I've had it for like 4 years. They're just up on the shelf. All right, guys. I guess now all I got left to do is say, I want to say a huge thanks to my patrons. I got to say that because I do mean it at the end of every video. Thank you guys so much, and thanks to this ration community, this MRE community, the folks that are in here. If you guys want, there's all kinds of links down in my description. History Savior, if you're not subscribed to any of them, go check them out. My buddy that drinks a bunch of old stuff, you should go check him out. It's my dude. And now, I guess all I got left to do now is say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later.